Hey everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This run I have some more retro video game pickups to share with you guys. And this video has been a long time in the making just because I've been waiting to get more and more stuff to make a sort of adequate video for you guys. But it's been hard finding older stuff, especially in thrift stores. I've come across stuff every so often, but it is usually not the greatest stuff, to be honest. But I have found a couple of things that have interested me, either, uh, well, because I've wanted it, or because the price was uh, fair enough that I could do something with it. So to get to the first item here, I don't even know why I grabbed this. If I remember correctly, it's just that I didn't really find anything that day. And when I saw this, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting." But for $2.99, I got a copy of Earthworm Jim 3D for the PC. This one here is Windows 98 and 95 compatible. I don't really have anything that could play this, but I don't know. It grabbed my attention, and I hadn't really found anything else that day, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. Let me just put this over here for now. Move on to the next set of items. At first, this will look pretty decent, but then on closer inspection, of course, it'll be more obvious that it's not. I found this stack of Genesis games in the boxes at the Value Village I typically go to, and they were just $1. I believe they were 99 cents a piece, if I remember correctly, which is why I ended up grabbing all of them. So that was kind of strange, but you'll see in a second why. But at least these games had their cases as well, manuals included in most of the cases. Some of them are worse for wear, but for $1 I wasn't going to complain much. First up is NHL hockey. Yeah, just NHL hockey. Next one here is Bulls versus Blazers and the NBA playoffs, but inside was the cartridge for Joe Montana 2 Sports Talk Football, which also kind of sucked, but oh well. Moving on, I suppose I should go with Tecmo Super NBA Basketball. That one was in there, and the manual was in better condition as well. NFL Football 94. And again, in here and in better condition than some of them. And NHLPA Hockey 93. And that one was in there as well and in good condition. Now, the kind of better ones here annoyed me when I opened up the cases because they had the wrong games in them. I don't know if maybe they wound up at this Value Village like this, or if there were other games in here and they got swapped out. The first one is the case for Quackshot starring Donald Duck, and inside was the game The Adventures of Mighty Max, which I actually would have preferred over Quackshot. And the other one is the case for the Berenstain Bears Camping Adventure, and inside is the game The Magic School Bus Space Exploration game. But yeah, all of those were, I'm trying to remember now because it's been some time. They were either $1 or $1.99. So for that price, I was just going to grab them all since they did have their cases, or since there were cases included. You can always use more cases, especially if you're just going to print up other artwork to put on them, because a lot of cartridge-based games just sort of come on their own. Now, moving on to the last two items I want to show you guys. I got these from a Salvation Army that's pretty far out of the way. I don't really go to it all that often. And I probably should have left this stuff behind. It was kind of a mistake in buying it. But I did have the 30% off at least, so I did get a better deal on it. First up here is a copy of Turok 3 for the N64. It was priced at $6.99, but I did get 30% off. But I made the mistake of not clearly looking at it, and it looks pretty rusted up and dirty in there, so I might have to try and return that if it doesn't work. It doesn't say no exchange on there, so I have about a week to take that back. And the other item that I got, I looked throughout the entire store to see if I could find the other pieces for this. It is a console, but it's missing a lot. It doesn't have the AV cable, it doesn't have the power supply, and it's even missing the little covers on the expansion ports. But the reason why I got this is because, well, you'll see in a second. It's an N64, just your standard sort of gray, black N64. It's priced at $14.99. It says as is, but I did get to the front end, showed them that the reset button is pretty glued down. It's not budging at all. And she said she could do it for $9.99, so minus my 30% off, it was only $7. But it did come with an expansion pack in the front there, so there is that at least. If I can get this working, then by all means I'll try to trade this for something else. But otherwise, if I can't get it working, then at least I have the expansion pack out of that. So that's it right there. As you can see, it's pretty difficult finding retro games in thrift stores. If you're not there all the time, other people will definitely grab stuff before you even get there. It's hard to even come by them if you are trying day in, day to try and find them. Sorry if I repeated myself there. But you guys get how it is. It gets to be very difficult to find retro games, especially these days when there's a lot more competition and a lot less actually making its way out on the floor. But yep, that's all that I got in terms of retro video games. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below. And also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like. And that's it. See ya.